listening to Micah and Alyssa on Birds and Swords. Please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and smash that like button.
Welcome to Birds and Swords. Happy holidays. It is December, so Christmas, I guess, right?
Woo!
Thanksgiving is in the rear view mirror. I think I'm still full. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. Ate a lot of food. I love eating, and I love it. I swear, it takes so much to get me so full. And what's cool about my Thanksgiving is everybody knows I can't cook, so nobody asked me to bring anything. So I just show up and eat.
So who hosts?
It's my stepdad's side of the family.
Is it a potluck? What do they call that, potluck? Where
I'm not
everybody
sure.
brings a dish?
I feel like yes, because my mom and Steve were supposed to bring a pie and they forgot it, and it was a whole ordeal. So I feel like yes, because the pie was forgotten, so they couldn't be the only ones that were asked to bring stuff, right?
So was it a traditional spread? Turkey, ham, that whole thing?
Tons of
so
good food.
What do you go for first? Are you a turkey?
Stuffing.
You like the turkey?
Well, I think turkey's fine. It's not my favorite part of the meal. If I could replace it with ham, I would. But I love stuffing and potatoes.
Just have a plate of stuffing
I
and
do,
potatoes?
yes.
Do you mix it together?
Oh, yeah.
Gravy.
Potatoes, gravy, stuffing. And that's the thing about the Thanksgiving food is almost all of it can be mixed together into one delicious, soup.
yeah. You could just get a bowl.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of my relatives. We got to start talking about casseroles. Maybe that's a Missouri thing.
Yeah, I'm not a big
casserole. But I love all casserole. Just throw it all together.
Yes.
It's fine. Mine was similar. It's my mom's side of the family, and this year, usually my grandma makes everything. She's not doing as well as she has in the past, so she's not able to do that anymore. So everybody brought dishes. So we had turkey and stuffing. We had ham, and I'm a ham guy too. I like the turkey, but turkey can be dry, so it's got to have gravy and stuff on it.
Yeah.
Definitely more in on the ham, but there was ham. There was pot roast with potatoes, which is like my all-time favorite dish. I would eat that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. And lasagna. There was lasagna.
Oh my God, this sounds so good.
So we ate at 1 o'clock, I want to say, and then we just left it out. So I just grazed all day. Just kept coming by the table, microwaving something.
Do you
hitting the
fast
desserts.
for Thanksgiving too, where you just don't eat? I don't eat for 2 days. I'm I completely clear it out. I'm ready. Nothing but by the time I eat at Thanksgiving, I'm worried about my health.
I don't really plan ahead, I guess. My mom did make pancakes in the morning, which was probably...
Can't turn... Your mom's cooking is so good. You could never turn that down.
We had biscuits and gravy the day before.
Yes!
We're all in on the breakfast food.
Yes.
So I tried to limit myself at least on the pancakes. I had 2, maybe a strip or 2 of bacon, because I knew what was coming ahead. But I ate all day. And... I guess you would call it leftovers. I'm big on leftovers. I love leftovers.
Me too.
I'll eat them.
Sometimes more than the original meal.
Yeah, sometimes it gets better.
Yeah.
So it was like eating leftovers all day. I would go back and be like, well, I guess I'll have another piece of lasagna, a little pot roast on the side with it, and some potatoes. So yeah, it's a good time though. I haven't been down in, my work used to not allow me to go home for the holidays. I would have to make arrangements to go at other times. So it was nice to see everybody all at once because it had been so long. You start explaining yourself and what you do and how you're doing.
People meet you.
17 times in a row.
Yes.
So how are you doing?
Yes.
But it was cool. We played card games and stuff, and it was good. I ate a ton. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love, I think this job that I've been with for the past 3 years now is the first one where I don't have to worry about working either Thanksgiving or Black Friday. I mean, I went to Thanksgiving, I ate a fuck ton of food, I got really drunk, and then I slept, and then the next day I had to work, but it was not retail. So it was I was in my normal day at work, and I was like, what a slow day, this is fine. And I was like, oh, it's Black Friday.
Yeah, I definitely didn't miss that. And that's the first one I've avoided for a while. It started to slow down lately because even brick and mortar retail stores expand their Black Friday. It's Black Friday week now.
Yeah.
And you can go before, so you don't see those what they call them, doorbusters or
Oh, yeah.
lines quite as much.
I also think that our generation is kind of killing the which I enjoy that they're killing Black Friday, and it's more Cyber Monday now.
Yeah.
That's how I got for Cyber Monday, which was a week-long deal on Amazon. That's how I got the Cricut. So I bought it on like Friday, and I didn't have to go anywhere. Didn't have to fight anybody or punch anybody or anything.
I was on top of it on Cyber Monday. I bought a few things.
Yeah.
So are you a big Black Friday weekend shopper? Like you're taking advantage of the deals?
Yeah. But I look at what I want ahead of time, so I know they're not fucking with me, where they're not like pretending it used to be
what you want?
$70.
Are you just buying yourself things?
Yeah. I don't do Christmas shopping. I do my shopping on Black Friday.
Yeah.
Christmas shopping I do like the day before.
Procrastinate.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I like the online shopping is where it's at. I mean, pretty much if you asked anybody, I think they would say, yeah, just get everything online.
Yeah.
And Amazon pushes their workers to get it all out in time.
Yeah, I ordered the Cricut and it took like 4 hours to arrive.
Yeah, you told me that. You're like, ordered it this morning. It showed up like 9
I ordered
p.m.
it at 10 and it was there by the evening. Yeah, I was like, and it was funny because I ordered like a pack of things where it was like the starter pack where it comes with all the things that you need to start your Cricut making, and all the items it was like put in the mailroom. So I was like, cool, normal, that's typical. And then for the Cricut machine itself, it said put on front porch. And living in downtown Milwaukee, I was like, no, not my $400 machine. So I was scared, but I was also not wearing pants, so I wasn't going to go check. So I waited until Zach got home, and it was actually right outside our apartment door. Like, they took the care to put it outside the door. I thought that it was just like in the streets of Milwaukee.
Is that what they do in your apartment building? Is
they usually
Amazon...
just put it in the mailroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so there's a separate room past
Yeah.
the entry.
But they cared
Number
for this
pad
one.
door.
They knew. They were like, she can't lose this. It's so
Yeah.
important to her.
Feels heavy.
Yeah, feels expensive.
Yeah, you have to show me how to use that. So you got a Cricut, which we're gonna make some t-shirts.
Yeah, t-shirts,
Right.
stickers, patches, pretty much anything. It's a cutting machine, but you can create so much with it. It's beautiful. Vinyl.
Have you started messing around with it yet?
No, I was going to, and then I didn't.
That's okay. You're still full.
I'm still full.
You're still full and napping.
Yeah, well, we did that mac and cheese bake-off contest, and we had a full pan of mac and cheese that we took home with us, so we ate that for 5 days. So I feel like I'm just full of like
Carb
cheese.
count is
Yeah,
like
carbs
through
and
the fucking
cheese,
roof. Yeah.
chicken and barbecue. Yeah.
Oh, man. That sounds good. That sounds good too. We didn't have any mac and cheese. We didn't have any pasta. No, we had lasagna. Never mind.
Take it back.
Mind. Take it back. Yeah. So, hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. We did. Now the focus is all in on Christmas. Do you have your Christmas tree up?
Oh, we don't have a tree. We don't do that. So the rule is that I decorate for Halloween. So I purchase all Halloween decorations. So we have like 2 massive totes of Halloween decorations. Zach decorates for Christmas, but he's not like a big like spender on house stuff. So we have like ornaments, but no tree. So we just kind of
Hang them places.
hang them. And I find them in like June because he just puts them in the most. I found one like on our window one day in like June behind the curtain, and I was like, why here?
You need to put like garland around the bird cages or hang
They would
ornaments.
eat that shit so fast. Really? Yeah, they would so die.
They would die.
Yeah, that would be not a Merry Christmas.
So no Christmas tree. I'll probably put mine up this weekend.
I don't think we would even have room. Do you have like a lot of cool ornaments?
Yeah. I have a lot of gaming ornaments too.
Me too. That's fun. I have ornaments and no tree.
Well, I have that big bay window. Is it a bay window? Whatever.
I
That
don't know what
huge
that means.
window.
It is big. It's
And I
awesome. You have
put it
like
right
the
in front of
telescope
there.
to look at the moon. It's a big one.
So I put the tree right in front of there and you can see it from the road and stuff.
Oh, that's pretty. I like that.
I still like the Christmas tree. It makes me feel cozy or something.
Yeah.
And my place is kind of cozy already, so it fits.
Agreed. I love Christmas lights. I love it. I had insomnia or anxiety or both or something in middle school, and I couldn't sleep at night. And the only way I could fall asleep was if I laid on the couch and looked at the neighbor's Christmas lights. It was so soothing.
Really?
Yeah, it was so nice. And then they kept them up until like February, so they like really helped me.
Well, you guys went to doesn't Milwaukee have a... Well, it's like a walk-around one. It's not a drive-through Christmas light thing, or was that for some kind of festival or something?
Did we go to one of those?
There was the lights with there were birds. I saw your Snap story had some birds or something.
the China Lights Festival at the Botanical
So it didn't have
Gardens.
anything to do with Christmas.
No.
Okay.
It was Alice in Wonderland themed, but they did have big birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I like going to that a
You're
lot.
like, I worship these.
The gods.
The mother birds.
I worship the old gods.
But they do have Christmas light things like that, right? They do that up here? Where you can either drive through or whatever.
There's like you can do it at even the Washington County Fairgrounds. They have that, I think, or nearby.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
They're all over the place. I'm not a big fan. I hate Christmas music.
Ooh, me too.
Yeah. It's just the same shit over and over.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody about that. About why are there's so many Christmas songs, right?
Yeah.
But there's no new ones.
Yeah.
Like Mariah Carey, whatever, is like the
she
newest.
Scares me. It's like actually
that's
too
like
much.
the newest released Christmas stuff that's at least mainstream that people would know.
It's
you know what I mean? Like
it's the Muppets are the only ones that can really change it up for me. You know,
I'd listen to the Muppets.
The Muppets.
There's
Christmas
a couple
is good.
songs that are tolerable, but it's got to be Christmas Eve or something. Like I don't want to hear it when I'm getting groceries on December 2nd. You know, I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Agreed. Too much.
I'm excited for Christmas though. I'm a gift giver.
Me too.
I love giving more than receiving gifts.
Me too.
I've already started buying some of that stuff. So
I like going like I like physically shopping for gifts for my friends, like going to the mall and stuff and like finding stuff for them that I think they would like. I love shopping.
Yeah, I just like making other people happy. Maybe. It's that whole thing.
Yes, big fan. I like giving lots of gifts too. Like on Christmas, I like when my mom opens like 10 gifts. I'm like, yes, here's another from me.
Yeah, I love you so much. Take all these gifts. Good stuff. So we'll be there soon enough.
Yes.
We do have some breaking news.
Oh.
Some sad news.
No.
Nigel, the loneliest bird in the world, has been found dead next to the fake bird he tried to woo for years.
R.I.P.
So rest in peace, Nigel. So what do we know about Nigel?
I feel like I read about him a while ago because I have heard about him, and it's just this bird, and he was like endangered or something, and he couldn't find a mate, and he found this like fake bird, and he just like fell in love with it and spent years flirting with it, but it never really loved him back, you know?
This picture is so sad. So what kind of bird is he? I mean, he looks like he's in the goose family, but his head's like yellow.
I have no idea. Probably an endangered species that I don't know.
He looks like a sea kind of bird, at least in the area that he's in.
I just feel like we should do something to protect our birds. Like, this is so sad.
Yeah.
There's too many birds
There's
dying.
got to be more to that story because they're acting as if he's famous for being the loneliest bird in the world.
Yeah, I feel because I've for sure read about him in the past.
Like, did he choose it? Well, no, he didn't choose it because
he's lonely.
The fake bird.
Who chooses loneliness? Really?
Well, some people do, I guess. So, rest in peace, Nigel.
We love you. I would have loved you. Not like I would have loved you as a friend, platonically.
You would have. Yeah, you would have.
I love him.
Rest in peace.
Oh, tragic.
So, transitioning off of that, I just wanted to give him his due. I'm guessing he was a male bird. His name is Nigel. I like his name. He's probably British. Yeah.
Important for sure.
Yeah.
Nigel.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, video games, right? That's why we're here. What have you been playing lately?
Mostly, well, I got two. You're going to make fun of me for one. The first one is Hades. So I just got out on
Not making fun of you for that one.
No, I just got out on my second attempt last night, actually.
So you've escaped twice?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, it's a game that I like. It's just great. It's great. I don't know. It's a good game. I don't know what else to say about it. I keep playing it. I get to the end and I'm like, I spent so long on this run, but then I'm like, well, one more.
Yeah, that game's hard to stop. One more run because there's like no loading screen. You're like
you
immediately back at the beginning and talk to the dude and get a power up or spend your shit.
It works so well too because of like the being like not really dying but dying. It just like flows. The story flows really well and the voice acting is phenomenal. The character designs are sexy, great for bisexuals. I'm really enjoying it. I love the combat. I love the leveling up without the leveling up, like leveling up your weapons and the mirror that you use and
Did you find the flip side of the mirror?
No,
you know what I'm
still
talking
no.
about? Okay.
Still no. I don't know if
there's a B side to the mirror.
I don't know if I just didn't unlock it or I'm dumb or what's going on
Especially since you've done your first playthrough, you should have access to that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm the other game I'm playing, I'm a little behind. I'm playing Pokemon Alpha Sapphire.
What year did that come out?
I don't know, like 10 years ago, dude.
That's all right.
But
that's on the nose for you.
Yes, very much so. Emerald was the first Pokemon game that I ever beat, that I ever owned myself and didn't play like a cousin's or something. So I absolutely love the Hoenn region. It's my favorite. So when they came out with Alpha Sapphire, I bought it right away, played a little bit of it, and then just recently started it over because I fell off. But
came out November 21st, 2014.
Yeah, look
8
at
years.
That. 8 years.
Not too bad.
Pretty on par for me. So
I'm surprised your DS still holds a charge more than anything.
Not well. It lasts a couple hours, but it's still sometimes it doesn't turn on, and I'm like, this might be it.
Yeah. I'm still on God of War Ragnarok.
How's that? How far are you?
Like I was just talking to you off air. I haven't played it since I got back from Missouri, so I guess I'm on a little bit of a break with it. I think my save file has like 19 hours. It's just shy of 20. So I'm probably about halfway through because people are saying 30 to 40 hours.
Yeah.
But I'm doing all the puzzles. I'm doing everything that you can do. There is kind of like the first game. I feel like there's more backtracking type of things. Like, oh, I can't do that yet. I'm going to have to come back for that. How do you feel about that, first of all? Because you're a completionist type gamer usually, right?
I like backtracking if you're giving me enough new content to do so. Otherwise, it gets really tedious for me.
Okay. Well, I kind of feel the same way.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, am I going to come back and do this? I mean, if I can finish the game and have a great time without it, maybe not. But there's two different like kinds of things, like something that glows yellow, and then there's another thing where you need a different weapon. There is a new weapon. I don't think that's a secret anymore. So they added a new weapon. I won't tell you what it is.
Exciting.
But there's those areas I'm like, man, I really would love another Minotaur horn, but I don't know if that's what's behind there.
Yeah.
And I can probably do it without it. So there's a decent amount of backtracking. I do love it. It's an awesome game. I don't think it's grabbing me the same way the first one did. And some of that's to be expected, I guess, because, the first one's such a breath of fresh air, new camera angle, new take, new mythology, new everything. This game is better. The combat is better. Enemy varieties. I mean, it's so much deeper as far as all that stuff is concerned. But I really just haven't had these wow moments yet.
Yeah.
And the story's not bad either. The voice acting is good. All that's good. There hasn't been a moment that's really floored me yet. Like the first one had all these amazing highs.
Yeah. Agreed.
And the opening act is really good. You fight quite a few bosses. You get introduced to some key players right away. But is
it pretty fast paced with the story?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't played any of it as yet, but I just remember talking to so many people who were really pumped about it, and then once it came out, I didn't really hear about it much. So I feel like a lot of people are in the same boat where it's a great game, undeniably it sounds like, but not hitting the same.
Yeah.
Not hitting that same.
And some of that's
like
just
said.
because there was a game before it, I think.
Right.
And it's hard to mimic, going back to your house and getting the Blades of Chaos. It's hard to match that kind of high.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's really well put together. There's some new characters that are just amazing, really interesting, voice acted well. But like I said, those big overall story moments I haven't had yet. But, it's the first half of the game. I could still have some of that coming up. And it's still easy to travel around because even the first God of War got cumbersome.
Yeah.
At points where it was like, okay, here's this mystic gate. And I'll take that to here. The map's not very good.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So some of that's still in play, but yeah, it's very, very good. Brock and Sindri are back. They're funnier than ever. Mimir is great. Like I said, combat. It's a better game. It really is.
Yeah.
It just doesn't I haven't had that hook yet.
I remembered another game that I played very recently.
Okay.
And I want to talk about it because it's relevant.
Okay.
It's Songbird Symphony.
Ooh.
It's the one you recommended. I forgot about it because I beat it so fast in like one sitting.
Yeah, actually, I think we made it a point not to talk about it, so I haven't heard anything about it.
Wait, to each other, yes. Yeah. It's fantastic. It's great.
What kind of game is it?
It's
like
a side-scrolling
puzzle thing.
Side-scrolling like beat game. Those like
a rhythm game.
Yes, it's a side-scrolling rhythm game, and you're this you're this little bird. And
Are you the same bird?
You're the
entire
same
time?
bird the whole time. You're this little bird, and he's a little songbird, and he's raised by peacocks, and he doesn't understand why he's ugly. So it's like ugly duckling story, and like
Okay,
all the
'cause
peacocks are
peacocks
whispering
are-
about him. They're like, "Oh my god, he's adopted," and it's so sad. So he like goes on this like journey to like find out who his real parents are, and you meet all these other birds that teach you songs. And there's like a really intense, fucked up story. Actually, it's really dark about birds. It's all birds, nothing but birds. There's penguins and like emus.
Where
there's
are
seagulls.
you? Like in the forest?
Yeah, you start in it takes place in a forest, but you go to different parts of the forest depending on what birds you're visiting. So like the penguins are by like the beach, and then
Okay.
you have like, or the seagulls and the penguins are fighting for the beach, but the penguins are on like the top of the mountain.
There's a beach
There's
war
like a
going
gang
on.
war for the
Yeah.
beach. But it's really fun. I think that the exploration could be better. It's like a little hard to follow where you're supposed to go, but it's so cute.
Are the songs good?
I cried so many times just because he's so cute and round, and he shakes his little butt when you don't do, like when you stop a game and the character just kind of like does their thing, they'll like do whatever. He like shakes
idle
his
moves?
ass, like actually like turns around, you see his little booty, and he shakes it and he dances, and when he sings he dances, and it's so good.
Is the music pretty good?
It's lit. Yeah. There's no actual no words. Lyrics. But it's a sing-along. So like they have the
But it's
he
bird
sings it, he like
tweets.
whistles it.
Yeah.
But there's like words on the screen, and it like shows you what you should be singing with it if you want. I don't, but it's so cute. And
Should I play it?
Yes. It was $5 when I got it.
Wow.
It was on, I don't know if it was on sale or
How
what.
long is it? 5 hours ish or something?
Yeah,
Probably.
and you can do extra stuff too. I did all the extra stuff that adds probably maybe an hour, if that.
Okay.
Really great story, riveting plot twists, gang wars. It's dark murder, birds and swords.
Yeah. Are there swords? Are there birds with swords?
No, there's like a king, kind of close. The chickens, they have this whole castle, and it's like this whole lineage of chicken warriors. And
Are the chickens the assholes?
No.
No.
I won't tell you who the assholes are because it's a plot twist.
Oh.
It's good. So thank you, everybody, for listening about my brains.
Songbird Symphony. Play it. All right, we're going to take a break. We are brought to you by Black Bayou Coffee Roasters and Healthy Hemp Gear, and we will be back right after this.
Hey Birds and Swords listeners, Zach here from Healthy Hemp Gear. We strive to bring you sustainable and local goods from trusted sources. Check out our site, healthyhempgear.com, to see our hemp apparel choices, as well as our home goods, and make sure to stay tuned in for new arrivals and local partners. While you're at it, use the promo code BNS, that's B&S, to save 15% off all your orders. Stop by today to check out apparel that appreciates the earth and you.
Welcome back to Birds and Swords. We're getting a little nostalgic. I showed Alyssa a picture. How did this even come about? What were we even talking about?
Oh, man. We were talking about...
What we looked like when we were younger?
Yeah,
or
something like that.
We were
You said, okay, you were like, have you ever seen me with short hair? And then you were like, look at this picture of me from the 90s.
Yeah, so I pulled up a picture of me New Year's Eve 1999. So I don't know if that's 1998 going into 1999 or if this was the 2000 New Year's. Anyway, I have short hair. I look very young. You think this picture looks very 90s because of the house in the background that I'm in. I do have short hair. And I'm probably about 20. Man, I was a twig. I'm not big now either, but I was probably 20 pounds less than what I am now. So it's pretty funny to look back on. We didn't get to see any pictures of young Alyssa, but it got us thinking. One of our favorite television shows is That 70s Show. Love it. I can watch it on repeat. I think, it just came back to Peacock.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
We even watched a few episodes about a month ago when you were here.
Mm-hmm.
So they just so that 90s show we've known about that's going to be a thing for a while, and we just got and we've seen like teaser images, right? Like Red and Kitty sitting in the kitchen or something.
Yeah.
So we got our first official trailer, just a couple days ago, I think, this week. So what are your, loving the show as much as you do, what are your thoughts on what you saw from the trailer?
I'm scared. Because that 70s show is my comfort show. I've seen every episode 100 times. I love it. It's just one of the best shows in the world, which is interesting because I am not nostalgic for the 70s because I was like minus 20 in the 70s. But I just adore that show and everything about it. And when they announced that 80s show didn't do well, I would argue, I didn't really watch it, but I would argue like it wasn't anything to do with that 70s show, not the same cast, not the same anything. It just kind of like was like, ooh, that 70s show is successful. Let's throw on another show. This one is going to be utilizing the same cast other than a certain someone who's not doing well in the courts right now. But they're bringing them back as parents, and Red and Kitty are the grandparents, and it's going to be in the same house, the same basement, all the same stuff that we know and love as far as setting. But after watching the trailer, I didn't even like smile. I don't know.
I watched it too. It's pretty cringe.
It feels like a Disney show.
Cheesy.
It feels like Disney. And I don't know, like, I don't remember ever feeling that way with that. Like, even, I hate laugh tracks. I hate that you're, like, making me laugh at something, but not with that 70s show because I'm actually always laughing at the same time. So I never even notice that there is one. But this feels like it's going to be forced humor. And I don't know.
I agree. I think it's the cast, the younger cast. And I don't know these people, and we probably shouldn't judge them yet. Everything that we saw in the trailer for them seemed really cheesy, and it also seemed like the trailer had a lot of focus on Red.
Yeah.
Like Red being Red, which I love.
Yeah.
He says boot in the ass like 3 times during the trailer, I think.
Right.
So they leaned heavily into that, which worries me that there's not going to be funny things elsewhere.
Yeah, I feel like they're just going to recycle that 70s show, and because we know that most of the cast got signed back on, so they're going to make these guest appearances, and I think that's what's going to be what carries the show, is the nostalgia for the show itself, that 70s show. And I think that 90s show, I don't know, I was, when they first announced it, so pumped. And now after, and I don't know, like the trailer didn't feel 90s to me either. I didn't.
Yeah, there's like no 90s nostalgia in there. The house looked exactly the same.
Yeah, it looked like
maybe
that
the couches
70s
were
part
updated. Yeah.
Yeah, and the one guy was wearing a Packers shirt, which isn't like any decade, but that's Wisconsin, so that's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the daughter of Eric and
Donna, right?
Donna?
Yeah.
I
think so. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they end up.
What happened? They just spend the summer?
Yeah, for some reason they end up staying at Kitty and Red's, so they're like, obviously their grandparents, they end up staying there, and it's like a bunch of them, and it looks like they're friends doing.
She conveniently has
shit.
5 friends.
Yeah, teenage shit, same basement.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be excited, but I felt the same way. I was like,
it felt like, even like the jokes she made, it felt like she was like trying to be Eric Foreman. It just felt like just super recycled. I don't know.
We probably need to, unless you have, like, who are the writers for? Is it the same writers?
I don't know.
Yeah, we need to check that out, because I bet it's not.
I hope we're so wrong. I hope that this is just the funniest fucking show in the world.
I hope so too. These reboots usually don't work for sitcoms. Like I know I'm a little older than you. The Full House reboot was terrible. The Roseanne reboot was terrible. Like, it's
I didn't see the Roseanne one.
A good idea.
I did not get into Fuller House at all. Full House I thought was really good because it was Full House. Everyone loved Full House.
When you're like 7.
Yeah. It's like very like family oriented,
yeah.
like we're friends living together, raising families together, and getting through everything together.
I don't even know where that 90s show is airing. I don't know if it's a streaming only thing. Do you know?
I think it's a Netflix original when I watched the trailer.
Well, usually Netflix original, even their crappy stuff is okay usually.
Well, Fuller House wasn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
We'll see. I want to be so wrong. I want to, because I love that 70s show. I want to be wrong. I want to love it.
Speaking of trailers, this week we also got a second trailer for the new Mario movie.
Wahoo!
And I think it looks amazing.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So there's been some skepticism about Chris Pratt. Maybe there still is some.
Yes.
But this new trailer, man, they've pushed all the right buttons because there's a bunch of fan service in there. There's a bunch of game oriented stuff. Like there's Super Smash Bros. In there. There's like a regular 3D Mario course in there.
Yeah.
They obviously close it with Mario Kart on Rainbow Road, which is epic. So I really, really like the trailer. I know there's a ton of Easter eggs in there too, like some Nintendo 64 paintings that you jump into for the levels are in Peach's Castle. So let's run through some of this, I guess, because this is a big deal for gaming, right? I don't think we've had, Mario's been around since 84 or whatever it's been. And there was the 90s movie that I actually liked at the time. I saw it in the theater, the live action movie. But I don't think we've seen something this big that we paid attention to as far as them investing and going all in on something, because it is Mario, and Nintendo's got their hand in it too.
I love the animation.
Yeah,
it's high end. It's gorgeous. It looks great.
Spot on. Yeah. So let's talk. Let's run through some of these. Let's talk about Chris Pratt. So we're all skeptical, right? Did it get any better for you in this trailer?
I guess he says wahoo.
He says, let's go.
Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, the way he does that, I do commend him a little bit. Not worth whatever they're paying him. Not worth a penny. But I feel like you could pay a 2-year-old to do a Mario impression and they would put more effort into it. I just don't think he's trying. I think he's like, I'm Chris Pratt. I'm famous for being Chris Pratt. Here's my Chris Pratt voice doing Mario lines. So I don't think that he is deserving of the role. I don't think that he should have the role. I think they could give it to anybody on the street and they would do better. That's just how I feel about Chris Pratt.
Is it going to ruin the movie for you?
No. I think that other actors that are in it are really going to carry it, and also the animation, the writing, everything else is going to be really fantastic.
Because it looks cute, yet polished, yet funny. Like, it looks like the real deal. I mean, we'll see how the story holds up, because I still really don't know what the story is.
Yeah.
They introduced some of that.
Seems like they're throwing plots from all the games together somehow. Like we have Galaxy and 64. And, there's just tons of stuff that they're going to be utilizing. So I agree. I
they
feel
do
like it's
mention. I think Peach mentions there's a whole world, or there's worlds and galaxies, or whatever she says.
Yeah.
So they're playing on that for Mario Galaxy as far as how they're going to travel to new areas and why those areas look different. Sand world, ice world. I'm sure we're going to see some of that.
That's going to be awesome.
Charlie Day from
It's Always Sunny.
It's Always Sunny
and Horrible Bosses.
Yep. And he's good times.
I think he's gonna kill it. Just imagine him screaming. That's literally. He doesn't sound like Luigi, but his voice with Luigi's body works.
So we hear some of him, and he definitely is altering his voice to sound somewhat like Luigi. And I guess Chris Pratt's trying to do some of that. Charlie Day's hilarious. I think he's gonna have a great spin on Luigi. What we see in the new trailer, he gets caught by Bowser, and he says a couple funny things, and I think he screams. So Charlie Day, looking forward to that. We do see Donkey Kong towards the beginning, who is voiced by Seth Rogen, if you didn't know. He does not say anything in the trailer, but he beats the hell out of Mario in what looks like a Super Smash Bros. Stage type of level.
Yeah.
That's really good. And if you noticed in that, I love the old Donkey Kong movies. I love the old Donkey Kong games. There's actually Cranky Kong is in there for a minute, and he's sitting at a throne like he's a king or something.
Okay.
So that's interesting. I'm interested to see what happens there. So we mentioned the worlds across the galaxies and how they travel. Elements from games. So we saw Smash. We saw a Mario course, and we saw Mario Kart. Did we see anything else?
We saw Galaxy because they use the thing that you fly through to go to different galaxies.
Like the little star tube pathway thing.
You said 64. Those are the main ones I saw.
Yeah.
Smash.
Yeah, and like I said, Donkey Kong has a little bit of a new design. I don't know why they did that. He's a little more humanized, in his face or something. The Cheep, which I thought was hilarious because it sticks on his face.
Yeah.
I love Cheeps in the game. I don't know why. I just find it challenging and fun to try to avoid things, and that's always how they are in Mario games. Is just get this little thing away from me, and I need to stay away from this little thing. And it sucks onto his face. It looks like he's never seen one before, but maybe he has. So Cheeps are in there. We also see him fly around in the Tanuki suit for a minute.
Oh yeah.
which is
that was
like
so
the raccoon-looking
cool.
suit.
Yes.
So it looks like that's going to be in the game. We see Peach use the fire flower.
Yes.
So she just like puts her hand on it and it kind of absorbs the fire flower, and her clothes actually change if you didn't notice, because in all the games, if you get the fire flower, your clothes change to like white and red.
I'm interested to see what they do with Peach in this movie, because it doesn't seem like she's a princess in distress.
No,
it
she seems like a
she's kind of a
queen or
badass.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think it's time. We've seen her get kidnapped in castles for 20 plus years now.
And who voices Ana de Armas, the girl that was in the chess show on Netflix? It's really good.
In Queen's Gambit?
Queen's Gambit, yes.
Okay.
So she's really good, so she'll probably do a really good job. I don't know how funny Peach is going to be, but I don't think Peach needs
Women
to be
aren't
funny.
funny. I'm just kidding.
Know your role, Peach. But she does seem powerful, and I dig that.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, like she doesn't wear, I don't even know if she's wearing a dress. Maybe for some of it.
Yeah.
We saw a pack of color Yoshis run by, which is fun. It did have the regular green Yoshi in there, but you see like the blue and the red and all of that. They're just kind of running along a wild area. And then the Mario Kart at the end is definitely the clincher, because everybody loves Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I just wonder what the scenario is that they're driving cars
He gets
down
a Rainbow Road.
Yeah, they're on a rainbow road. That's how the trailer closes.
If they don't throw a blue shell in there in that movie, come on. You gotta.
Yes.
gotta.
Yeah, there should be. Well, it looks like he's getting chased by like a whole army of kart riders.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're like Bowser's minions or the Koopalings or what they are. So I really enjoyed the trailer. I think it was packed full of fan service, little hidden Easter eggs. It's only a couple minutes long, but I think we got what we needed. Jack Black, I guess we didn't mention, but we got a dose of him in the first trailer.
Since the beginning, you can tell. Even if everybody else sucked in this movie, he would have carried it.
Yeah, he's awesome, and he makes everything better. He's
Yeah.
just one of those guys.
Yeah.
Add some charm and some humor, and I'm sure we're going to get that out of Bowser. He'll be a good villain. Because
Yes.
Bowser was always kind of a goofy villain anyway, I guess. So that's going to be good. So I'm really excited for it after watching this trailer. So the Super Mario Brothers movie out April 7th, 2023. So we've still got, 5 months?
Oh, that's kind of
What are they going to do for 5 months? To make
what
it,
more do they
Is it not
need?
done?
Yeah.
It's got to be done,
It
right?
looks pretty done to me. It looks fantastic.
So April
They
7th.
could revoice Chris Pratt's.
They're going to recast Chris Pratt
They have enough time.
as Danny DeVito as Danny DeVito. Isn't that who I said at the beginning? Like, it
That
should
would
be Danny
be great.
DeVito. Maybe I was on the
Why don't
Always
they
Sunny
just have
kick.
like the Mario voice actor do it? The guy that does the games.
Yeah, I think the original guy's dead.
Well, they have a new one now because they're
Yeah.
still doing games. But
I'd love to see those files because there's only like 20, and it's
Really?
Yahoo.
That's right.
Let's go.
Woohoo!
I'm a gonna win. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, that's a new era. That's like Wii and newer.
that's totally in 64.
He like holds his butt.
Yeah, it's in 64 because
Right?
I hit
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hit that lava so many times in that fucking game.
Yeah. So Mario coming this spring to a theater near you. We are excited for it, and we'll probably review it. I was thinking about hooking up with DJ, who does the Third Eye movie review for the Barn Podcast. So we might collaborate with him once that comes out and do a good solid review for it.
Heck yeah. Well, what about that Pokemon game that just came out?
I know nothing. So what's it called?
It's
Scarlet
Pokemon
and
Scarlet
Violet?
and Violet, which
Okay.
neither of us have clearly played, but
Nope.
Zach has played it, so I've seen some gameplay, and I'm very intrigued by it because it seems like the fans of Pokemon kind of bullied Nintendo into making a good game, and then they flopped, and everybody's pissed.
With this one or with Arceus?
This recent one. So,
Okay.
well, I guess I didn't really watch him play Arceus, but it seems like the fans kind of demanded better from everything. They were like, enough with this like me shit, like the MIE, like the Nintendo me looking ass characters.
MII?
Yeah.
MIE?
MIE.
MIE.
Enough of like the MII, like the Nintendo Wii Shop, like like the big head, bobblehead looking characters. They said we want better graphics, we want more immersive gameplay, we want something more explorative, open world. So they were like, okay, fuck, here you go. Arceus came out. I don't know much about that, but then this game came out. And it seems to be what the fans asked for, except it's just full of fucking glitches.
Well, I've seen it. The graphics still aren't good.
They're not like mind-boggling, but it's treating it.
All right.
It's
I've got something to say.
just say it.
So-
Let it out.
Okay, I'm in the middle on being a graphics person.
Yeah.
I love when games are beautiful and they take the time to do that. I also think that graphics don't matter sometimes, and you can get away with an awesome art style being a minimalist about it.
Yeah.
Pokemon, falls into this unnecessary, like, it pisses me off because a lot of those people say, well, graphics don't matter because the Pokemon games, all of them look like garbage. They look like garbage.
Yeah.
The art style is fine. I think they're cute.
Mm-hmm.
The Pokemon designs are great. They're intuitive. They're always coming up with new ways to make cool looking Pokemon. It's awesome.
Except X and Y, those Pokemon sucked.
Well, fuck those games.
Yeah.
But the like the graphics and performance is like unacceptable.
Yeah.
Like you're Nintendo. You have first party Mario game Mario, man, what was the one that launched on the Switch? 3D Odyssey.
Yeah.
That game is gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Why can't we make a Pokemon game that looks like why are they not willing to do that?
And they have so much money, like Nintendo and Pokemon. Like Pokemon has the biggest fucking fan base ever.
You have
Everybody knows Pikachu.
Yeah, you have $1 trillion.
Yeah.
There are
Make
so many
a good
games
game.
that run at 60 frames a second, and it can still be cutesy art style,
Yeah.
but make it slick and polished and perform well, and it never does. And people will defend it, being like, it's not about the graphics. Well, I know it's not, but fuck, it's 2022. Like, make a good looking game.
I totally
it makes me
agree.
upset.
I agree with that. 100%. And actually, Zach is also guilty of this because a lot of my friends are posting online like, oh, like things are glitching. It's silly, but it's not ruining my gameplay. And I'm watching Zach play and the frame rate, I mean, like there's a windmill and it's like...
just clipping the
It's so bad. It's just tragically bad. And I just want to know how Pokemon, which makes just ass loads of money off of everything, merch, games, animated series. Everybody knows Pikachu. People who don't even like Pokemon know Pikachu.
Mm-hmm.
How are they making this much money? And then Nintendo making also so much money off of everything. And they're not willing. I think the fans are allowing it. I think they're like, look how many copies it sold. And I don't know. Also, I kind of want to play it, so I guess I'm part of the problem.
Well, the gameplay and, like I said, the diversity, and there's so many Pokemon, and the battle system's like perfect. Like, I get all of that, but
character design, Pokemon design,
it's like unacceptable, and especially from Nintendo, who their first-party games never have bugs. They're always clean, crisp. They know they
can get away with it. That's the thing. They just know they can crank out these games, and the fans are going to be fine with it, and they're going to overlook it. It's not like Zelda. If Zelda released a game that looked like this, the fan base would fucking riot. There's no way.
Definitely.
There's no way we would allow this. If they released a game if they released even if they remade a Zelda game or like re-released something on the Switch and it looked like this, the fan base would riot. There's no way. There's no way we would allow this.
Yeah, can you imagine Breath of the Wild, whatever,
no,
or whatever the
even
next
Skyward
Zelda
Sword.
was?
Imagine that Skyward Sword, they re-released it on the Switch, and like the motion controls weren't perfect, but they cleaned up a lot, and fans were still like, "Come on, you can do better."
Yes.
And I just feel like we need to hold our game developers accountable. Except indie games, leave them alone. But
their games always look great and perform
but
great.
Also they're
because they have like infinite time to work on them. I guess.
It's like their life's work. It's disappointing to see.
Yeah.
That's
like
why
I
I'm
said,
playing
I respect
Alpha Sapphire.
Pokemon. I don't play Pokemon really at all, but I respect the whole thing. Like I said, the gameplay, that must be what they're paying attention to. But the games are always ugly, and it just never changes.
Yeah,
and no one
I'll
cares.
still probably buy it. Like this, I mean, in 10 years when I catch up. But
You're 8. What, were you 8 years behind? At least at the moment.
Yeah, 8 years behind. But I'm gonna skip X and Y, and probably most of them. I'm gonna play Sword or Shield. I'll do that one because I heard that one's okay. But, I mean, not good. That one had a lot of issues, too. I remember people being like, oh, my God, it's so glitchy. It's so buggy. It's so ugly. The graphics aren't good. The rendering is bad. And still, everybody bought it.
Yeah. So, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet out now. Go grab it. Like I said, I'm not saying it's a bad game because it's probably not.
And Zach's enjoying it.
Someone's being lazy.
And it seems like the online is the biggest issue, but...
So what kind of online functionality is that?
You can like play, explore.
Battle people?
Explore with other people.
Oh,
and
like co-op?
Yeah. You can battle with them. You can battle against them. You can, from what it looks like, because when Matt was over, him and Zach were playing together, and they were like, I was watching Zach's screen, and they were like on their little motorcycle Pokemon going around, and which is cool, actually. I love that. It's like a lizard motorcycle. The only way it could be cooler is if it were a bird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, it's cool they have mounts. Like I said, they're good at everything except graphics and performance, and that shouldn't be...
Those are two very large things.
Yeah, that shouldn't be such a focus, usually for me, because like I said, usually I don't care.
Yeah, but also it's not like... The graphics aren't like a design thing. It's not like it's lower... It's literally lower quality. It's not like we chose to do this art style, which it happens to be cheaper for us because that's what we can afford. But it's literally just like, this is...
They look like Wii games.
Yeah.
64 or DS.
Yeah.
On a bigger screen.
Well, and that's what's so crazy is like the fans basically like bullied or like asked Nintendo to make something that didn't look like a fucking Nintendo Game Boy game, like a Game Boy Advance game where they got the bobblehead look, and they were like, please give us something more, and they gave us this, and everybody's losing their minds, and I'm kind of like, okay.
Yeah, the numbers don't, like, I love hitting shit, and when numbers fly out of them, the numbers don't even look cool.
Yeah.
Like, what the...
Take a note from Persona.
I didn't know I was this upset about it.
I didn't either until we started. I was like kind of indifferent, and then you went on the tangent, and I was like, I'm kind of mad too.
It's not that it has to be. It's just that they're totally capable, and they just decide not to.
In the animated series for like this region, well, I guess not this region. It would be the last region and this region. They're kind of combining them. Is phenomenal. I think it's the best in the series. It's so good. I'm actually watching episode by episode, and I'm like involved. I'm like, oh my god, P-Dove, he's hurt. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's phenomenal. So I want to see that reflected in the games. I want to.
Yeah. Continue watching? Hell yes.
Fuck yeah. 4 a.m. still watching. You betcha.
Yeah. So, all right. Anyway, Pokemon. If you disagree, come at us. 'Cause I'm not budging on this graphics and performance thing. Unacceptable. All right. Anything else tonight? Alyssa? Or anything about birds?
I really like them.
Rest in peace, Nigel. One more shout out to Nigel.
We love him.
Man, you won't find a better dude. You just won't.
He was loyal as fuck
to
his girl.
All right. Well, that is a wrap for us. We've got multiple content coming in December. We're going to do an indie game special that we're extremely excited about. We are going to do some Christmas stuff, and then you can look forward to our year-end wrap where we kind of do our game of the year. So all of that stuff will be coming soon. We hope you have a happy holidays. Stay safe, and we will talk to you soon.
Goodbye.